Hi, my name is Adriel William, and today's video is for all the foreign trained dentists who are preparing for USC interview and have an upcoming interview for the next coming cycle. So I'm going to share with you my personal experience when I gave the interview back in 2020 and got accepted. And along with that, over the past 2 years, I've been preparing people for these same interviews. And there's a large number of candidates who get accepted after I prepared them for that. So I'm going to share some experience. But before I do that, I would want you to go in the description. I'm putting a video that I made about USC 2 years ago. I want you to watch that beforehand. Why? Because I don't want to repeat everything all over again, say the same thing again and make it a very long video. And secondly, you can let me know in the comment box, how am I aging? Because those videos are about 2 years ago. So it would be fun to know about that. But jokes apart, coming back to that USC. So one of the things I'll tell you, back when I gave interview in 2020, USC had two kind of interview. One was an MMI, which was like a Kira talent assessment where they give you questions online on a software. You read the question, you have to answer within 2 minutes, that kind of thing. But they don't have that anymore since COVID is done. They are not doing that online thing anymore. But one thing that's still common when I gave and still now is that they have a PBL. And in the PBL, what they make you do is, PBL is a problem-based learning. And again, the video will tell you more in description about it. But to make it pretty short, what they would do in person is break you into small groups. You might be in a group of 7 to 10 people. And they would have one facilitator, like a professor or somebody from the staff, and they would put 7 people in one group. And these 7 to 10 people would be given a list of situation and would be asked if something of a problem happened, and these are some of the facts. Now we want you guys to discuss it. The reason they do it, because USC is one of the school, along with UIC, who breaks down their classes into small groups to go and do their work. So they break them down into small groups and then they ask them to go and discuss topic. That's how their learning is, problem-based learning. So in the interview, they want to simulate the same thing. They will break you into a small group, give you something to discuss, and then the facilitator will just look at you guys, how you guys are discussing, how you guys are collaborating, and putting in facts and see your behavior, judge your emotional intelligence, and write that down and give it to the admission committee. Now, what I teach people over the past 2 years is that I've been mentioning that at this point, it's not about having a lot of medical knowledge or dental knowledge or anything like that. At this point, they are mainly analyzing you over 2 things. One is your ability to communicate what you think, and the second thing is your ability to collaborate with other people. Even though you're competing with them, these are your competitors, but these could be your classmates in the future as well. So there's a very fine line. One other thing before I forget, I would tell everybody that in person or Zoom interview, one of the things that really makes a difference is your presentation. How you present yourself, how you speak, how confident you are. I've said this in the other videos too. People who are extroverted and good looking get more purity in these interviews. Is it fair? No. But that's how human psyche works. You might say, Adriel, now if I'm not good looking, I work like 18 hours a day, I don't get time to eat healthy and do exercise, or I have 3 kids that I'm managing, how can I look good at the last minute? Well, the point is, I'm not asking anybody to do a plastic surgery in the last 3 days. Like, you can't change yourself magically, but what you can do is, whatever way God has made you, just try to dress up as well as possible. Try to get good sleep, keep yourself relaxed, and don't panic. One of the biggest problems that would happen in the interview, when you go in there, you haven't slept because you flew in, it's a different time zone, the hotel bed weren't good, you were really anxious, you chunk a lot of coffee, so you're more anxious now, and you walk in and there are 10 other candidates standing in front of you who are also very anxious. So all the stress becomes one big cloud and everybody's acting like they are very, very hyper. So you need to find out how can you calm yourself down. Keep yourself calm. That, remember my word in the interview, You need to keep yourself calm. Otherwise, you will start behaving like somebody who's high, like somebody who's drunk or something like that. You will be very agitated and moving around really fast. You don't want to do that. So number one thing, stress level low. Second thing is, when you're sitting in the team, try to meet with everybody, say hi or shake hands or whatever is appropriate at that time, because you want to build a rapport with them and you want to see what kind of people they are. And the other thing is, don't jump into overpowering other people. If you're somebody who's very talkative and extrovert like me, I could be like, now over time I've learned to be a little bit more calm and introvert as I'm growing older. But if you meet the 7 or 10 years younger Adriel, I used to be an extrovert. And what I would do, I would be the one speaking the most in the room. So if you're an extrovert, you need to know that I need to hold myself back a little bit. I don't need to come up too fast and speak too much. I need to give other people a try. And then on the other hand, if you're an introvert who doesn't like to speak too much, maybe you need to force yourself, push yourself to speak. It's very important. You don't want to get camouflage under the crowd, like people are just stomping over you and you get hidden. And that's one of the most important things I've been telling people. So work on that part. And I think the video I posted earlier will give you a lot of description. But in this video, I just wanted to tell you that your stress will make a lot of difference. Other thing is making sure your presentation is good enough. Number 3 is you want to work with your team like it's like a dance, like an art form that you're competing them, you're discussing with them, you're showing your presence, but you're not acting too weak as well that you get hidden. And then you don't want to act too aggressive as well. You want to find that good balance. You want to be confident. You want to have your presence. The way you walk, the way you sit, the way you speak makes a lot of difference. And along with that, I'm doing an upcoming course. There are limited spots for this. I usually every year I do this kind of course where I would have people in a group. I would get them simulated scenarios comparatively to what USC give, similar to that. And then I have them discuss it and I give them feedback over that. So if you want to sign up, my contacts is in the description. You can look at that. One other thing people ask me about the bench. I never gave a bench exam when I was applying, but the candidate I prepared last year, I asked them. So they do make you do wax carving. Last year, I think they had either 28 or 29 tooth number wax carving. They made them do a premolar, either it was a 3 or 4 or 4 or 5, like a premolar on the upper. They made them do crown prep on that one. They make you do a conservative. They show you an x-ray for decay and then make you do a conservative class 2 or a cavity preparation as well. That's the information I have for bench. Do I prepare people for bench exam at this time? No, I don't. I mainly work with mostly interview preparation. But I hope this video helps you. And I would definitely suggest, I'm going to share some more videos on the description if I get time about teamwork and collaboration, because this interview is not about how smart you are mentally. It's not about your knowledge. It's more about your ability to work along with other people in teams. So do remember that. That's a very important thing. So if you like this video and if you found this useful, share it with a friend. Share it with other people who are preparing for this. It will help them and help me as well. That would be a contribution back to my efforts, and I would really appreciate that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because 60% of the people who watch my videos don't even subscribe for some reason. But hopefully I'll see you in a more meaningful video, and take care.